Western Australia is known for being very mineral rich, same as the Northern Territory in Australia. And so I think that this collaborative agreement that we'll move on to, hopefully in the not too distant future, a specific offtake agreement as we continue to move forward. So we're working through those negotiations now.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Alberto Rezende. He is the CEO of M2I Global. And Alberto, great to see you again. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Great to see you again as well.
Yeah, so obviously the company is around trying to find the supply chain, or at least fix the supply chain problem in North America and especially the United States. And one of those things on the critical mineral list is gallium. So before we get into sort of this deal that you're announcing, tell us a bit about gallium and why it's so important.
Well, gallium is really critical, especially in the innovative technologies when it comes to semiconductors production. It's used in LEDs as well. So all modern applications, all current edge of technology require gallium for its use to be able to manufacture these items, these really critical items for our technology advancement.
Yeah, and now you've sourced gallium from a company that's working on getting it out of the ground, right?
That's correct. NIMI Resources Limited has been exploring in Western Australia and has identified a great gallium deposit. And so we've entered into a collaborative agreement to be able to develop that site and be able to seek the supply chain endpoints, in other words, the customers to bring that gallium into North America and our allies.
Yeah, and they've got a tremendous amount, or at least they're looking for a tremendous amount, and they've had a couple of discoveries there already.
Absolutely. This is the second item that they've discovered. They've also been able to explore and identify a very large copper deposit that they have there that they're also in the process of exploiting. So they have these two, and they're going to continue to search. Western Australia is known for being very mineral rich, same as the Northern Territory in Australia. And so I think that this collaborative agreement that we'll move on to, hopefully in the not too distant future, a specific offtake agreement as we continue to move forward. So we're working through those negotiations now. But we expect that NIMI Resources will be able to capitalize on some of their exploration and be able to identify additional minerals that will help us diversify the supply chain that we currently depend on China for. And we know that in early December, China banned the export of gallium. They were responsible for 98% of the production of gallium on a global basis in 2023. So this is a very significant disruption in the supply chain, and we believe that we will be able to provide options to continue to fulfill the requirements.
And I guess where it's located as well in Australia is a friendly trading partner with all over North America. I know they do a lot in Canada, they do a lot in the US as well.
Oh, absolutely. In the National Defense Authorization Act of 2024, they extended a domestic definition to Australia for the supply chain, so they can take advantage of all of the incentives that currently exist. We know that they're under review, but at the end of the day, Australia is considered a domestic supply source for critical minerals, and so we're going to continue to expand our relationship with NIMI and other Australian companies as well.
Yeah. And Alberto, finally, is this something that people should be aware of for what M2I Global is really all about? Is because this is really the one that you could look at and say, you know, gallium's needed. Here's where we can find it in a safe jurisdiction, and here's how we're going to work towards this offtake agreement. Is this a great example of what the company is all about?
Absolutely. Thanks for that question. It underscores exactly what our mission is, which is really the critical mineral independence for the United States and our partners. And so this is just a demonstration of how we're going to be able to diversify that supply chain and really move away from the current almost monopoly that China has over all critical minerals. And specifically in this one, gallium, again, like I mentioned earlier, 98% of the total production in the world was due to China.
Alberto, thank you so much. Good update, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hey, thanks very much, Steve. Great to see you again.
All right, Alberto Rezende, he's the CEO of M2I Global.